here he's not frozen, and there is distance, but still close enough that it's going to make the shot tough. Nice play. Yeah, biggest issue there is you have to hit it a little more thinly to avoid the double kiss, and he just got a little too much energy in the cue ball. But hit it almost as good as he could there. Two options for Yakob here. Could play the cue ball behind the 7, or could play the cue ball to the right off the 5 and try to involve the 6-8 coming around 2 or 3 rails. Had the speed about right, just needed to be a little bit more left than the target. Tough one here for Dennis, but I think he'll have a go at it. Chance to open up a 2-game lead. Great hit, perfect speed, avoiding the 10. He's looking at holding on the same side of the table. I think once he gets behind the shot, he might realize that that could be tough. He might think about crossing it over. Have to play a lot of right spin if he wants to hold on the right side of the table. Yeah, I think he realizes he has to cross it over now. Just wants to avoid the point going across table. He's going to hold it. Smart play, because if he had to hit it with enough speed to cross it, he could have caught the point, which would have really affected the path of the cue ball. He's going to have to go up and down now. Pretty natural position. Just focus on the pocketing. Make sure you hit enough speed to get back onto the same side of the table that the cue ball is on. Nice shot. Speed looks about perfect. It's a good shot from Dennis. Great timing in his stroke. He's very fundamentally solid. Nice loose grip in the back. Yeah, look for both of these players to be players that can create something on the international stage. Predator Youth Championship's a perfect training ground for those major leagues that will be coming up for them in the future. "77 players in this under 17 10 ball. Down to the final 32 now. Another huge break from Dennis. Yeah, look for him to go far in this event. Going to be a lot of challenges along the way, but definitely seems to be one of the stronger players in the field. Max Benko also competing. Winner of the under 17 straight pool. Yakob Scherbo, the straight pool finalist. Also down to the single elimination stage. Yakob's coming off a Hill win in his loser's qualification match. 6-5 win over Terziski. Good jump from Dennis there, creating some distance. Yakob will be able to jump at this one as well. Big question in the rack is whether the 3 passes the 5. Other than that, everything's pretty much open. Pretty thin on the 1, so position should be fairly natural. Could come back between the 4-7, but first order of business will be definitely making the 1 here. Great shot. And he's on the 2. Tough one for Yakob here. Had a quick look at if the 3 passes to the 5. Oh, he's got to kind of be at table level to know when things are this close. It's coming up fairly quickly, so I have a feeling it might. Big shot coming here in the early going. Another great shot from Yakob. Yeah, he's looking down the pocketing line here. Seems to feel okay about it. Could have considered trying to get a little better on the 4, but was definitely worried about contacting the 5 on the way to the pocket. Three rails forward likely here for Yakob. Decided to draw out of it. A little bit more speed involved in that shot. Good effort there from Yakob, starting off with a jump. Very tough pocketing on the 2 ball. Got through the first 3, but he's left a good solid chance here for Dennis. Pretty thick on the 5 here. Looks like he has just a little bit of angle going to the left. And he used that nicely. So I want to kick the 8 too close to the rail. He's okay. Bridged over top of it and going to have to slow roll it. Just have to trust your aim here. Can favor targeting the ball into the short rail a little bit on these slow rolling shots like this. He did. Nice shot. Choice of three rails back or 1 rail across with some right spin. 3 rails will play into the angle a little better. But the 10's pretty available, so just choosing to move the cue ball a little less. Good choice there. Strong set so far from Dennis. Coming out with a break-in run. Taking advantage of a couple small mistakes from Yakob, but pretty close to flawless play from Dennis here. It'll be Yakob to break in rack number 4. He's going to take a quick break here. Just kind of regroup himself after being stuck in the first 3 games. And we'll take a break as well. Some views of table 2. Lena Hjalmerstrom in action. One of the favorites in the girls division. Yakob entering back in the arena now. Looking to get something going here. Just from his efforts in the first 3 games, you can tell he's a capable player. Just strong play from Dennis, really, to get out in front. Pretty short races here in this under 17-10 ball, so he's going to have to get started pretty quickly here. Great hit. I'll venture to say this is a very tough draw for the final 32 stage. Both these players look to be right at the top of the division. No shot for Yakob here. Couldn't push down near the 10. Has to be careful he doesn't leave the 2 as a blocker in that case. Right around there would be a good play. I think Dennis will give this one back. Could try to manufacture something where the cue ball gets near the 4-9. Would have to draw that safe, though. Anytime you're drawing a safe, you want to consider passing it back if you do have the option. So he's going to try to bank the 1 near the 2-10. Doesn't want the 1 to go in because the 2 is very tough. It might go in here. It has. I'm assuming he's called it. Didn't actually see. Ooh, he didn't call it, and that's a mistake there. They're kind of both having a little smile about it. Yakob does have a pretty much full pocket on the 2. A lot of distance between the cue ball and the object ball here. Have to stroke this ball well. Nice shot. And if the comeback is to start anywhere, he has a chance here. Straight back draw now for the 5. Nice stroke. Again, both these players very impressive. Yakob's a little worried about drawing back into the 8 here. He might have to draw to the left of it. Actual center pocket angle for the 5 is kind of drawing right into it, so cheated the right part of the pocket to get as much movement as he could going to the left. Nice shot. Underdrawn a little here. Cue ball's definitely playing into the side if he plays the 8 in the corner. Very thin if he actually chooses to cut it in the side. Could draw back to the left of the side pocket, but gonna create a lot of distance. So it looks like he's just gonna back off here. Tough to bank the 8 away from the 9 while still getting the cue ball behind the 9 here. It is possible with a bunch of right spin. Could also choose to hit the 8 thinly on the left side of the 8. Line it up with the 9. He's going to try to get behind it with a bunch of right. Oh, the other way. Nice shot. So he's covered the 8 fully here. Yakob can look for a kick save. Trying to hit the bottom side of the 8. Looks like he's called the 9. The 8 will be playing towards the 9. Good distance, but it's going to end up over the pocket. Little unlucky there for Yakob. Big draw stroke coming from Dennis. He'll avoid coming all the way back and getting perfect on the 9. There's just too much speed involved in that shot. But he'll try to draw the cue ball at least halfway up the rail here. Nice stroke. Went all in with the big speed. Pretty much unmissable on the 9. Always nice to see players that I haven't seen before playing at a very high level. And regardless of the score line, I would include Yakob in that statement as well. Dennis has one break and run under his belt so far in this match. Hitting the break with good power. Looking to make the 4 or the 9 straight back in the side here. Almost got the 4, but the 2 balls down and shot on the 1. Good position, chance back to the 3. 5-6 is going to be the toughest transition for Dennis here. He's going to want to land the cue ball right around where the cue ball is now. Straight in on the 5 will play well. Gonna need a bit of right spin on this one to straighten out enough. Watch out for the speed. Just okay. More cut angle than ideal, but he can get out of this. Can choose to go between the 5-6 and get closer to the 4, or just one rail across, avoiding that area altogether. Kind of like avoiding it. The less balls you can involve running into, the better. Nice shot. Key shot in the rack coming up now for Dennis. Choice of side or corner. Less cue ball movement going towards the corner, a little more into the angle. Wants to end up straight on the 5 regardless of which shot he chooses. Decided to go back for the side. Looks like he's overrun it a little bit. Still has the angle. Six is available in the bottom left. Gonna need a bunch of left spin to get properly onto that shot. Doesn't want to be running into the 8 here, and I have a feeling he might be. So it's gonna be a combo for Dennis here. 6 balls opening up to the short rail. If he can stop the cue ball somewhere around middle table, likely to get a shot. Worst case for Dennis here is the 6 runs into the 7. Oh, he's Clipped the cue ball on the way to addressing it. And good sportsmanship there from Dennis. One thing when the ref just steps in after you make a foul like that, but when you just give it up to your opponent, it's a nice sign of sportsmanship. Yakob's overhit this one. Doesn't have the angle on the 7 now. He can jump at it, but looks like he's going to try to cross the 7 up near the 8-9. Pretty good from there. Dennis can thin off the right side of the 7. Cutting it to the left and playing the cue ball up table. Looks like he's made some kind of call. Guess it's possible for the 7 to be playing through the 8-9 here up into the top left. Ooh, that was very aggressive. Slightly undercut, but he was on a pretty big percentage safe there if he just cut the 7 to the left. So second chance for Yakob here in rack number 5. Nice shot. Not quite exactly where he intended, but that'll definitely work. So Yakob looking to open his account here.
Extension.
It'll be his break in rack number 6. Nicely done. Coaching programs in both these two countries very strong. You can see it in these players' fundamentals and the way they move around the table. Good pre-shot routine. Good timing in both their strokes. Strong fundamentals overall. Little off square this time from Yakob. Not going to produce as many balls on the break when you're off square like that. Just left a shot for Dennis here. Most difficult shots on the table. Distance from cue ball to object ball and distance from object ball to the pocket. He has a play in the top left. Soft stun over to the right long rail. Yeah, just kind of favored the pocket weight speed on that one. Would want to look to hit that one a little more aggressively going forward. Would have taken a soft stun stroke. He knows the shot. Just whenever you're slow rolling a ball over distance like that, makes the difficulty very tough. Oh, Yakob's got off in the corner pocket here. So another ball in hand chance for Dennis. He'll be wanting to get straight on the 3 in the same pocket as the 1. How's the speed here? Too much angle. Looks like he's playing just to the left of the middle diamond on the short rail. Might need a little left spin to come back between that 6-9 window for the 4. Touchy here. Gotta hit it at slow speed. I see the object ball and cue ball are a little closer together on this one. Let's overhit this. Can play safe behind the 6 or the 9 here with the cue ball. Nicely played. Taking away both long rails. Tough kicking spot here for Yakob. So tough that he might even consider tying up the 6 with the 9. Gonna come 2 or 3 rails at this one. About as tough as you're going to get on a kick there. Over top of a ball, kicking at a ball behind you, multiple rails. Good save from Dennis. Second ball in hand of the rack. Yakob will actually be on 2 fouls if something goes a little sideways for Dennis here. Got a little bit of cross table movement from the 7 to the 8 and the 9. Kind of like a drill almost that you see a lot of the top players play. Being able to control that cue ball going diagonally across table. Ooh, missed pot from Dennis. It's one of the first open pots he's really missed. This is the chance that Yakob needed. Make him a favorite here to run these last 5. Again, decent amount of cue ball movement. Watch out for the side. He's just okay. And he's going to have a decent angle coming across from for the 9 here. Slightly too much angle to hold comfortably on the left side of the table. I think he will hold it. Coming across 2 rails just involves too much speed. A little in between here. Has to hit the holding shot a little light. And has to hit the 2 rails across shot a little hard. I think I'd favor less speed here. Just trying to make the pocket bigger. Well, it did go 2 rails across. That's a confident stroke there from Yakob. Well, we have a match now, 4-2 overall scoreline. Be Dennis to break in rack number 7. First real open table miss from Dennis in this last rack. But he's earned all 4 games that he's won. Dennis looking to follow in the footsteps of Felix Vogel and Josh Filler, who both have had a lot of success at the junior level and moved on to being Filler, obviously one of the top players in the world, and Vogel becoming a threat on the men's scene. Again, big power from Dennis. He's made the 2 in the top right. Looks like he's off angle on the combo here. 1's close enough to the 8. This is one of these combos that you could throw. You would assume you'd be cutting the 1 to the left here, but if you actually cut it to the right, you can throw the 8 same way you're cutting it. Smart shot. Problem with the shot that Dennis would have had to play to actually combo the 8 is he would have had to hit it harder, and that cuts down on the amount of throw that you're going to transfer to the second ball. So at that speed, he might not have actually made the 8. Got him nicely on the 4 here. Good kick from Yakob. Lots of distance. 7 blocking some of the most obvious pocket for the 1. Cue ball's kind of playing into the 10 if he plays the 1 in the bottom left. Safes aren't easy. Tough spot here for Dennis. Yeah, anytime you're trying to control just the object ball when you're playing safe makes things a lot more difficult. Didn't really have much there. Was ideally trying to bank the 1 past the 6-9. He has left it safe. Yakob can try to get the 6 in between the cue ball and the 1 here. Nice shot. Not much as far as kick safe for Dennis. I'm going 1 rail at this, all in. Trying to kick the 1 in. Oh, he's caught it off 3 rails, but he's not going to get a rail with the cue ball. Biggest turning point in this match so far was when Dennis clipped the cue ball when he was trying to address it in the previous rack. Was likely in a offensive run-out position there. Turned over ball in hand. Wants to stay off the rail here, just off enough that he can manipulate the cue ball if he needs to. Little straight to be thinking about coming back for the side. He'll do what he can to play the 5 in the side, because the 5's pretty far from the corner pocket. Nice shot. Powering up a little bit with some right running spin. Yakob's going to be sending the cue ball into the short rail here. Actually thinking about coming underneath it. It's a wise choice. Can never really get perfect on the 6. Trying to play it in the shorter pocket. How's the speed? Still is available in the bottom right. Gonna have to stun the cue ball to the right, left long rail. Nice play. Was straight enough that he didn't even have to stun the ball. And he's in great position now. 8 right over the pocket, 8 leading into the 9. I expected this one to be close. Now, whenever you have two talented players, there's always the threat of one player running away from the other. But yeah, I'm back nicely here. Nicely done, and Yakob to break in rack number 8 coming up. Then it's just going for a short break. Take a short break as well, and we'll be back with the conclusion of this match. Dennis back in the arena. Yakob to break in rack number 8. Kicked in here. That ball didn't go directly in the pocket. Always one of the most unfortunate things that can happen when you're breaking and a ball just comes and kicks the cue ball into the pocket. Tough roll there for Yakob. He's won 3 games in a row at this point, so Dennis will feel a bit of urgency here. Ideal starting position. Toughest position will be from the 4 to the 5. Looks like he might have to play the 5 in the left middle. Would want to avoid that, but 7's blocking too much of the angle for the top left. Wants to leave some angle here on the 4. About 12 feet of cue ball movement from the 4 to the 5. Just a little straight to the point where he might have to go rail first. The rail first angle will play around okay. Nice shot, avoiding the 6 and the 10 coming back. Ideally, Dennis will try to be holding on the left side of the table here. Cue ball's going to be moving decently to the left. Oh, he had to cheat the thickest part of the pocket there to hold the cue ball and just got in a little too thickly. So a chance for Yakob to level the score line here. Wanted an angle with the cue ball coming to the right off the 6. He's going to have to come off the right long rail now. Just managed not getting behind the 8 coming across table. He knew that and he stunned the ball to try to avoid the 8 and got on top of the 7. Tough roll there for Yakob. Just little things like that, and Yakob will know it, and it's the things that happen over the course of a match. But if he actually had the cue ball moving to the right there, he wouldn't have involved the 8 at all. Wouldn't have had to worry about stunning around it. This would have been a higher percentage play overall. Not much Hydra could do there. Left a good amount of distance. Dennis is on a couple small half airs in the last 3 racks, so he'll be wanting to compose himself before taking this one on.
Extension.
Oh, had to hit it at high speed. Maybe arguably went 1 speed too high there, made the pocket smaller, was on an elevation. So second chance for Yakob to level the score line here. Nicely played. 9 connects to the 10 perfectly. One of the biggest tournaments of the year on offer for European juniors. Especially getting down to the single elimination stage. Both players will be feeling pressure going into the final racks. You can see Yakob just taking a little extra time here. Nicely done. And from being down 4-0 at one point in the match, he's brought the scoreline to 4-all. We're going to have a race to 2 to see who advances to the final 16. 6 ball down. Thin shot available on the 1. Pretty natural position coming back for the 2. Chance for Dennis here. He did have a break and run in his opening break. 2's going to play pretty directly onto the 5, so it should stop near the bottom left. Missable shot here on the first shot. He's got it. Nice shot. A little worried about the cue ball speed, but I think he's going to be okay. Might have to draw this one a little bit. He's reaching out in the middle of the table. Pretty sure he will have to draw it. So we're going to have to bridge over the 8 and down into the cue ball here. Yeah, the bridging got him there. So, just that one easy mistake from Dennis in the comeback so far, but a few more half mistakes that he could have taken advantage of. Yakob's considering the carom here. Early 10s are not a win in any kind of WPA format. Too thin to really combo the 2 into the 10, and the carom angle's a little awkward as well, so looks like he might just play safe here. Oh, that's unlucky. He's purposely trying to play the cue ball near the 5-8-7 area. Really got into the only negative spot he could there. Played the cue ball well. So ball in hand chance now for Dennis. Gonna have to figure out how he's gonna navigate around the 5. Worst case, it will be available for a combo onto the 9. But he'll want to be ideally avoiding that. Tough to control the exact landing area of the 5. The 5 is available on the top left. Another missed ball from Dennis, unraveling a little bit here. After some very strong play in the first 4 racks, has to be said, he's made some mistakes in the comeback now. Wants the 3 to hold up here. It has. Good shot from Yakob. Dennis is going to have an outside shot of making the 9. Pretty tough, though. It'd have to be contacted very thinly to the point that he wouldn't really want to risk hitting the 3 that thin. This has ended up a little funny. If he tries the 3 off the short rail, the 3 could jam. 10 balls over on the far side of the pocket, so even though it's very close to the pocket, really has to be judged properly if he wants to play the combo. Caught the double kiss comboing the 10 ball in. That'll work. 3 balls ended up nicely. Anytime the 10 is pocketed early, player will stay at the table. But again, not a win. Go for the cue ball control here. Got close to it, but just not on the proper angle. So another safe coming from Yakob. Trying to use that same wall and almost fluked the 4 in. Definitely didn't want to make the 4 there. Don't even think he called it in that pocket. One of the first jump shots we've seen from Dennis. He's got it. Nice shot. Looks like he's going to be resigned to playing the carom on the 9. Biggest problem with that shot is the cue ball could get stuck behind the 7. See how he manages this one. Could still play the 5 directly, just using the 9 as a stopper. Yeah, smart shot there. Didn't actually get it. I believe he's left the angle for Yakob, but that was a smart shot. If he did try the carom, very likely he'd be stuck behind the 7. Yakob coming over and checking the pocketing angle for the 7. Tells me he does have a chance at making the 5 here. Nice shot. Very little cue ball movement in the next 3 shots, and from 4-0 down, looks like Yakob is a big favorite to take the lead here. Have to play a combo. The 8 can play off to the left of the 9. Nice shot. See some deep breaths coming from Yakob in certain spots. Feeling the pressure a little bit, handling it well. And here he comes with his first lead of the match. 9 games in, on the hill first. And he'll be breaking in rack number 10. Interesting match we have going on here. Max Benko and Yakob Scherbo, both through to the last 16. Looks like they'll meet up in the quarterfinals. 2 players that look like they'll be near the end of a lot of these under 17 competitions. Winner of this match will play the winner of Schmitz and Illich. Schmitz up 6-3 in that match. Ooh, landed a little too far down on the jump there. Cue ball jumping into the 1 and causing it to become airborne. It's an ideal situation for Schnitker here. He's having a look if the 3 passes the 6. If it doesn't, there could be options to play it very thinly off the 6. Not a lot of room there between the 6 and the side pocket, so he is on a bit of a threat of the ball jamming. Looks like so much of a threat here that he's just going to play safe on the 2nd shot. He's got it close enough that he's taken away the jump. Also opening up the 3 a little more at the same time. Smart shot there from Dennis. Little unlucky to have left the short rail here. Yakob should be on a pretty high percentage hit. Not much for kick safe. He's left it, avoiding the 3 foul threat. But he's left it perfectly for Dennis to get on the 3. Again, just kind of choosing to play that pocket weight speed when he had a choice to play a little more. That'll be something, looking back at the match. Had a tough one that he played similarly in around rack number 7. But ideally, you know, on those shots where the object ball's far from the pocket or the cue ball's far from the object ball, you want to play them with a little more speed. He'll learn that skill going forward. Ooh, and that's a foul on the 3. He was trying to hit it so thinly that he actually missed the whole ball. So another chance here for Dennis. Looks like he's going to try to play the same shot that Yakob just attempted. Just cut off the direct path to the short rail, but Yakob can play this with some left spin. Actually a pretty big ball into the side pocket if he hits it. Didn't get it. So now open chance for Dennis. Perfect starter on the 3. Draw back for another short shot on the 4. 8 and 10 very near their respective pockets. So staring hill right in the face here. A little too much angle to draw the cue ball there, so chose to go forward. A little bit more cue ball movement on the first 3 shots. Go for the speed here. It's ended up okay. Again, just more cue ball movement, but this, if he gets good on the 6, this will be the last real dangerous shot of the rack here. Yeah, just kind of changed his cueing while he was down on the ball there. His first intuition was to stun it over, but decided to go with some high right. Usually when if you're changing cueing positions like that, you just want to get up and reset, kind of feel the shot over. But both players feeling the pressure here. Third chance at this rack now for Dennis. Does have a full pocket past the 6. Pretty natural position. Oh, and he's missed it. Another tester for Yakob here. He's doing well with his breathing, you know, taking some good deep breaths before he gets down on the ball. Whenever you're feeling nerves like that, you want to make sure you're breathing properly. Looks like Yakob might have to play the 7 in the long pocket here. Won't be much cue ball movement to the 8. 8's very accessible over the side. He's thinking about playing a little bit tougher position to leave himself a little better on the 7. This can work. Yeah, the spin got him there. Trying to play some right spin. Move the cue ball over to the left. So first real chance for Yakob to win the match there. Didn't pass that test. And Dennis will be looking to regroup here. Straight in on the 7. All chances to make it hill now. Dennis will have to break in the hill game if it does get there. Trying to come up for the 10 in the bottom right. Got it into the short side. Pretty available here. Nicely played, and here we go to the hill. Winner will advance to the final 16. Loser will go home. Still lots more pool to be played for both these players this week. 8-ball division, teams division, still ahead of them in the next 4 days. Dennis has exhibited good power throughout all his breaks. Making a ball on almost all of them, I think. Not going to make this one this time, though. Looks like he's only left a combo on the 7. It looks like he might have just enough room to sneak past the 7. If he does, he'll definitely be avoiding the combo. Oh, just got tripped up on the inside of the 7 there. Dennis can play the cue ball behind the 7. He's got him. And another multiple rail kick on a ball that's not in sight of the angle. Just kind of didn't have much there. Didn't miss the 1 by much. Was a great attempt, really. But ball in hand now for Dennis. Have to see if the 2 passes the 6. 4-5's also a problem, so Dennis is considering the 3 foul here. Not bad. Not a guaranteed hit for Yakob. Can go 1 or 2 rails at this. Looks like he's favoring the 1 rail. Anytime the ball you had is very far from the rail you're kicking to, cue ball can bend on the way to the object ball. Really has to be judged properly here. Yeah, too long. And he's going to be in danger of a 3 foul now. Dennis doesn't have to move the cue ball very far to get right behind the 4 or the 7. Just worried that if he does try to play the cue ball behind the 4 or 5, he might run into the 7. Well, I think he's left a jump here. He has, and if Yakob needs to, he can use the left long rail. He's got it. He stays alive. Unless the cue ball gets kicked in the corner, it's not going to have enough speed. He stayed alive here. And no real favor in this rack. 4 ball will have to be comboed into the 7. Tough opener for Dennis here. Nice shot. Cue ball played nicely to the right of the 2. I think he will have to have an offensive try at the combo. He'll be wanting to get the cue ball as close to the 4 as he can. It's a little off angle. Does have the angle to go into it if he likes. Not super high percentage to get a shot on the 4 in that case. But of course, avoiding combos at all costs if you can. Not quite sure there, just kind of played a halfway shot. Almost looked as if he was playing safe. I'd be surprised if he actually was. Just a little surprised at how he played the cue ball over towards the 4. He has an angle now to go into the 4, and I feel like he should. Can go into it with a fair bit of speed. Create good separation from that 4, 5, 7 area. No good. How's it going to end up for Yakob? It's pretty safe. Pull there. Looks like he has the thinnest right edge. Yeah, wasn't much he could do there, and he's going to be stuck behind the 4 on this next shot. 4 ball still in a tough position, even if he does get ball in hand on the 3. But if there's anything he could possibly do to get into the short side, ball in hand would be a great starting position. Another multiple rail kick here for Yakob. Go 1 rail at it. You want to favor 2 rails. Try to kick to a rail that's closer to the ball you're kicking at. So we'll see what Dennis has in mind here. If he had ball in hand on the 4, or ball in hand position on the combo, call it, it would be makeable. But if you leave yourself off angle on this combo, it's very missable. Looks like he's actually considering another safe. Yeah, 3 foot past. So, match riding on this shot here. Half chance to get safe if he doesn't make it, but you can see Yakob in his chair. He knows what's riding on this shot. Oh, and he's gone off in the corner. That's a little unlucky. Yeah, the 4 ball played a huge part in this rack. But after being down 4-0, Yakob has the chance to take the match here. Line nicely over the first 3 balls. Going to be a bit of movement to the 9. Ideally, if you can get around straight on the 8, that'll work well. Straight back drawing angle plays into where he needs to be on the 9. Got a slight angle going to the left here, but he should be okay. held that ball nicely. Doesn't want to end up straight here. He's pretty straight. He can develop some angle going to the short rail. Just have to cheat the thin part of the pocket here. Try to get as close to the 10 as he can. Nicely played. Another big breath from Yakob. What a comeback this will be. Winner advanced to the final 16. Loser will be back to the drawing board for the next tournament. And here comes Hatchet for the win. Nice match. Good fight from both players. Dennis struggling a little bit after playing real well in the first 4 games. But they'll both be moving on and looking for good things to happen this week. Both players right at the top of the division. Ben Eric Korlefson. Stay tuned with more rounds coming up today.
your seat just before.
Can we start?
No, no.
You have to wait, but no wait. The match. Hey. You have to wait with the match to start, but the match has started. So that means yeah. When are we starting?
No, you will start 4:30 on time. Get your time. They are allowed to start if they want to start, but you have to wait until 5:30.
Okay.
And so them.
The match is started. Okay.
Because this is a TV production, they will have a camera guy and operators and commentary. They have to wait for them.
So we can warm up still.
Yes. You can warm up for 20 minutes, or almost 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So
They can start if they want to start, but these tables have to wait. Because this is for the production, they need to have the cameraman here and everything. the ball. Maybe 2 minutes. Take it up. Please.
And welcome everyone, friends, family, federations. Welcome to the Predator European Pool Championships. This is the Youth 2025. This is the team portion of this tournament. And this is your Team Estonia, and they'll be playing 10 ball. Team Estonia versus Slovakia in 10 ball. The players representing their country is Rivo Maimre from Estonia and Malina, who has apparently won the lag and will be breaking first, playing 10 ball. This is a race to 6. And the team portions, there's 12 teams, teams from Austria, Bulgaria, Estonia, Finland, Germany, Luxembourg, Poland, Serbia, Slovakia, Slovenia, Turkey, and Turkey Cyprus. 12 teams in the under 17 portion of this youth program. Marco to break first in this 10 ball. The WPA rules. They're breaking from outside the middle box. They cannot be inside the box in 10 ball. 10 ball does not count on the break, and no errors. Those are WPA rules. Gonna line up for a pretty... Nope, it didn't go by the ball there, so there's no shot. Open for the young man from Estonia, Rivo Maimre, will come to the table with a push or a kick. You can find this match on YouTube if you're in the YouTube, or on Billiards TV. Maimre, an experienced player. He's a 654 Fargo, so he expect him to play pretty solid. I've seen him play before. The young man from Slovakia, I've yet to see him play. Hasn't been on the international scene much. I believe I've seen Rivo at tournaments in other countries, as in either Austria or New Zealand for the World Championships. I'm not sure. Cue ball, lost the cue ball. This will give the young man from Estonia ball in hand. Great programs here in Europe with these teams playing 8 ball, 9 ball, and 10 ball. This is the 10 ball portion. On table number 1 is the 9 ball portion of it. You'll have 2 other team members. I believe it's in 9 ball it is Marcus Arde from Estonia versus Mark Sabo from Slovakia, and on playing 8 ball on table number 3 from Slovakia is Timotej Furuk versus Sander Tam, playing 8 ball. Here you are with a probably looking to play safe. A good thing would be to go on the right side of this tune. Oh, he's going to play the bank shot. Aggressive, very, very aggressive. It double kissed it, never got it past the ball. If he was trying to hold for the bank there, that double kissed it would come into play, and it has. My name is George Teachea. I am in the United States. We have commentators from all around the world bringing you the live action here on YouTube and Billiard TV. What a pleasure it is to commentate these matches and watch the youth of Europe being developed by coaches and federations and other players, building themselves a lot of talent here in Europe. Cut shot on this 3. 4 balls right next to it, as you can see. So he's trying to hold that. Nicely done. Did he hold the cue ball? Did it go too far? It went too far. He may have been trying to hit the 9 ball there to hold position for the 4, but he has a nice cut shot to the right hand corner and bring the cue ball around. He should have a long shot on the 5. It's in the middle of the table. Unless, of course, he decides to play safe. No safeties for the young Revo. He's going to come around and get really nice on this 5 ball. And he'll probably just take the cue ball to the left-hand side and back over to the right for this 6 ball. You can see him lining up. This is probably the key shot of the rack. He makes this, he probably goes on to win the game. He did not. He undercut the ball. And I realize that a lot of family and friends of these players, if these players reach out to them, they'll be watching on YouTube and on Billiard TV. I don't think I've seen a tip lay that fat in a long time. It's not shaped at all. When I saw the roundness of the tip there, that looked pretty flat. Surprising. It was a quick glance though, so we'll take a closer look at it later. Hopefully we'll get good camera work when we see Marco's tip. Most of the nice opening bang shot is not going to be rewarded. You'll be looking to just kind of hit the 6 ball up by the 7 and the cue ball down to the bottom. Of the table. Nicely, nice cued. And he has found cover. Very, very nice cover. Revo is showing some skills there with a very high level safety. Easy to hit, hard to play safe against though. Good look at Marko Malina, Slovakia. Keep in mind these gentlemen are 17 and under. Another wise shot here by the young Revo. It's left a little bit of a cut, very thin cut, or a bank. One of the few youths that I've seen playing with a wood shaft. Most of them are playing with carbon fiber. Now, good look at that tip. It looks flat from here, I tell you. Hit it pretty fat. Hit it thick. Didn't get what he wanted. This young man from Estonia, look for him to play at a pretty good, at a high level. I'm not sure. I think Marco's going to have his hands more than full here. From what I far in this opening rack. His decision making is pretty good. I would cut it to the hit the ball on the left side and bring the cue ball down between the 9 and the 8 and try to use the 9 or the 8 for cover. More than likely the 9. And he has found cover. Oh, maybe not. He may be able to see it, but he hit over a ball. And so he's got his hands full with this shot. More than full. He's got to travel 8 feet. And it's all ball foul, so he has to be careful not to hit the 9 ball with the cue stick. There we go. See how flat his tip is right there? Good camera work. I don't think I've ever seen a player play with a tip that flat on the top. It needs shaping, considerable shaping. That will affect the English he gets on the ball, the hit that he'll feel on the ball. Has a lot to do with your play there. That tip is very important. You want it shaped properly because it gives you better contact from cue to ball. And that really is the name of the game. That's where it all starts, in executing shots. 8 ball will not go past the 9, so he's going to have to do some work here. Let's see how he handles it. You know, he might try to slide the 8 ball past the 9. It looks like it might. On this newer cloth, it's going to be a very soft shot. He should have cover. Yes, he does. He slides it right by, straight in 9. He'll put his extension on there, on his mez cue, because he's wearing a mez patch with a nice extension. He'll bring it right back a little bit toward, close the gap for the 10 ball. And this opening game, where they had several innings, back and forth with safeties, attempts at safeties, missed balls, comes to a close, and game number 1 goes to the young man who did not break, from Estonia, Iwan Simonis, excuse me. And Revo to break in game number 2. Race to 6. Split view here, and you'll see on this other table they're playing 9 ball, and is Marcus Arde versus Mark Zabo. Zabo from Slovakia, Arde from Estonia. The young Slovakian at the table. On table number 2. On table 1 here, it's Revo breaking the balls. After winning game number 1. Open shot on the 1 ball. Will he play safe, bank it, or push? I don't think you push here. You play a safety more than likely. He does have a bank that could go towards the 7. He's got a nice cut shot. What bank am I talking about? The 10 ball is laying in front of the side pocket. It will not be a win if it's pocketed early. It would just be spotted, and I don't know if he bothers to pocket the 10 or plays the run out. He's got an open table, a very nice open table. I'm likely to see a break and a run out here, because the 3 ball's available. The 4 ball is down from the 3. Nice. Each ball leads to the other, and unless we get a unexpected miss, he should run the table here. Let's watch the young man at work. Nice, powerful draw shot, or screw back, as they say. Those are the Aramith Billiard Balls. They are sponsored by Predator Group, Simonis Cloth, Aramith Billiard Balls, Kamui Brand, Longoni Cues. And we are in Therme Olimia in Podcetrtek, Slovenia. Careful here to make sure the cue ball runs down and doesn't check up on top there. Nicely done. Good English. A little bit of left-hand center. You hit that on the bottom. If you hit it on the top, it'll check up and you'll have a very long shot. And he did break and run this out for game number 2. Good turn at the table for the young Revo, the young man from Estonia. Racking. And Marco breaking the balls here, trailing 2-0, and race to 6. Good look at that Aramith Meso ball and miscue. Wow. And that will give Revo ball in hand. And from here, you will see the players. He's going to choose to break. No, he's not. Okay. You'll see them go for the 3 foul. A little slice the ball and put the cue ball back against the stack, and makes that one ball very small to hit. And then more than likely, if he doesn't make a good hit, he'll get ball in hand again and really get that 3 foul for a win. If you just joined us, this is team play. This is Estonia versus Slovakia. He's going to break them wide open and make it hard. That's a good decision there. They're coached for this. So he's on 2 fouls now. So a choice. Do you pocket the 1 ball, play shape for the 2 for the safety? And it lays very, very nice. You can push the 2 to the bottom rail and park the cue ball between the 4 and the 8 there for the 3rd foul. And that's exactly what that's what I think. I would not attempt the run out here. Although this cue ball is going to travel too hard, too fast for this. Let's see how he does this. No rail. He's got to get to a rail. Well, now he's turned things around and he's laughing. He had a good opportunity, but it was tough. The angle that he left himself was tough. Yeah, the teams are playing 3 disciplines, 8 ball, 9 ball, and 10 ball. This is the 10 ball portion. On table number 2 is the 9 ball portion, and on table 1 is the 8 ball. You have 3 team members playing at this time for each team. And from being scared by a 3 foul possibility, he now has ball in hand on the 3. Tough shot. I would rather play safe here than play this ball. It's going to be tough to get position on the ball next to the 8. He's going to come into it, and he went right into it. This young man is very, very aggressive. His opening shot told me he was very aggressive when he tried to bank a long rail shot on a 2 ball. And it was a little bit of an off-angle bank that double kissed and sold out. But they still went back and forth on the opening game, and then Revo broke and ran game number 2, plus leads 2-0. Oh, does he have a rail first shot? The answer is no. Does the cue ball go between the 6 and the 7? The answer is possibly, and I doubt it. So He's going to kick it off the bottom rail. Nice kick. To no avail because left a completely open shot, and the young man from Slovakia can do what he wants here. Run around. He's got to get it for the 6. Oh, he's left him. He's going to leave himself some distance here, but if he pockets this ball, he'll have a nice angle for the 7 to go to the 8. And at this point in the team play, Slovakia is leading 5-2 in 8 ball and 2-1 in 9 ball, and trailing 2-0 in 10 ball. Hanging up that 6 will more than likely cost him game number 3. Revo's a competitor, as is his opponent, but at this point, the young Marko Malina from Slovakia has made several mistakes and allowed this young man here at the table. Oh, there's a mistake. Ouch. A 10 ball hanger. And speaking of mistakes, what a big one. And it gives Marko a gift. I was about to say that the young Marko Malina from Slovakia has allowed Revo 2 games, and then that break and run, making it 3-0. But no, Revo Maimre misses the 10 ball and hangs it up. You hate to lose those games. You just really hate. They really hurt. I saw a little smile from him, or was it a grimace? But either way, Revo will be breaking the balls with his 2-1 score, as Marko did win the lag. Marko has stepped out of the arena. Let's take a look at our team play here so far. Timotej Furko is 5-2 over Sander Tam from Estonia. And of course, the 9 ball portion is 2-1. And here we are at, like I said, 2-1 also. We are sponsored by Predator Group, who brings you these streams from the Pro Billiard Series, the Euro Tour Opens, and of course the Pool Championships. This is the youth portion of it. This is the Predator European Championships Youth 2025. And you have under 17, under 19, 17 and under, 19 and under, boys and girls playing for the teams. There you see the young man from Slovakia on your bottom part of your screen with a straight in 7 ball. I believe he leads 2-1. That's Mark Zabo. So it's soon to be 3-1. And we are, if you just joined us, at Therme Olimia in Podcetrtek, Slovenia. We brought you the Austrian Open. We brought you uh, the Estonian Open earlier in the year, and this is we are also bringing you live action from Indonesia. So hats off to Predator and bring you free live streams from all around the world. We will bring you the World 10 Ball in September, and that will be in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. So quite a bit of action we have going. And this is the young Marcus Arde from Estonia, breaking the balls there on the lower right hand table on your screen. And this event is played on Predator Arc Pro tables. Everything I've seen from them, they are not available in the United States yet. They're Europe and in Europe only time. These tables are covered with Simonis 860 Tournament Blue Cloth, and also being played with the Aramith Tournament Pro-Cup TV balls. The difference between the TV balls are the colors of the four. They're kind of a pinkish, and so preferably I'd like to see the purple, but that's me. I love the Predator balls that have the purple on them. And Revo to break in game number 4, leading 2-1 after just hanging up the 10 ball for his opponent to give him his first win in this match. Trying for a safety, did not get, he was trying to get very, very delicate shot to get behind those two balls and go for a safety, or maybe trying to open them up. But over to the table, has a small window to play position for the two. The table has a 654 Fargo, which makes him a very strong club player. You see, I mean, these guys will be pro speed once they're at about 720, 730. I know that a lot of people in Europe are not too familiar with Fargo. It is an international system where they use all the wins and losses into one big database. And it's like a chess rating. Gives you an idea of what the field might be. The highest rater in Fargo is Joshua Filler at 858. And in the top 100 players in the world, from 858 to about 789 is the top 100. And with Revo at 650, he's a pretty strong player, but you know, he's not pro level. Strong club player, and at 17 and under, that's a strong player. That's a player that within your club would probably beat 98% of the players, 95% of the players. Looking for a safety here. Right into that stack. It's going to leak. He came right out of that. That was a little pocket of balls there that he could have really used. This ball appears frozen. Some players might try to spin this in. This is a shot that's practiced quite a bit. Impressive shot when it's made. See if he plays it. He doesn't. He plays safety all the way. He's got a good shot here where he can play the 1 ball 2 rails behind the 3, 9, 10, and the cue ball possibly between those 2 balls that are on top of the table there. Apparently it looks like the 5 and 6. He goes for the other side of it. Didn't think he could see that side. He could see the side, but I thought the pocket and the side there might interfere with that shot. John offer here, except a nice thin cut. Oh, and here comes the 6 to ruin everything. He'd been left straight in. No sense going, well, he could go offensive. He's going to go for the draw shot, the bank shot, and draw the cue ball. Safety would be well, it's a 2-way shot. If he misses this, it goes back to the center of the table, and you have position on the 2. He's going to lose the cue ball, though. Oh, not quite. Got away with it. Long shot. He's going to find cover. No, he's going to leave an open shot. Bank shot or a long cut. Look at the he has available to him down here between the 3 and the 2 with the cue ball. Just draw the cue ball underneath there. There you go. Looks like he can shoot the ball and try to make it, but he won't anything any way to get position unless he catches the point by the side pocket. It might bring him down for position. Beautiful shot and no position. Will he jump this? There's nothing really, but you can't give a ball in hand because you might get 3 fouled. He's massaying the ball. That was a very, very tough ask there. He was asking a lot, especially with that flat he has on his cue. That's going to limit some of the things he can do. Riva with an open table, he does have 1 break and run in this match, but he also does have a hung up 10 ball. That was kind of a routine shot. Nicely done. That shows a little skill there. That tells you he can little shots like that, kicking to the correct side of the ball to open it up and have a shot on it. He'll come up for the 4. It's up by the 6 ball. Did he come up and get on the right side? I don't got on the right side to run the cue ball around because it hits the 6. He has to run the cue ball around the table for position. He might choose to this to the upper left hand corner and bring the cue ball between the 7 and the 10 for position on the 5 and probably end up behind those 3 balls, 8, 9, and 10, for a safety. No, he didn't bring the ball inside there, but he's going to get behind the 7, which he's happy with. Another jump shot. Oh, nicely done, but he makes a nice jump, but he has to kick this ball the side of the table. If he kicks this with good speed, he might be able to get the cue ball up by the 8, 9, or 10 for a safety. I believe he called the side pocket. It's a good call. Not really playing it, he's playing. It's not going to go well for him. He's left an open shot. Fortunately, it's pretty much straight in, so Revo will be putting some English on this ball to come back. He had an angle where you could just follow the ball nicely. 6. From my view on the monitor, it looked pretty much straight in. And now he has to come over to the left of the cue ball where it is now. He's got to come over to the left just a little, about a foot, I guess, to make sure he's on the correct side of the 8. So he won't be. Did he get there? It's close. And yes, he did. He'll come down to the table, probably the second rail on the right, for a nice position on the 9 ball, and probably run all 3 balls to that corner. But again, along the same lines of the way he missed the 10 ball, a back cut to the pocket and didn't open it up enough. He's laughing because he kind of swung his cue stick over his head and it tapped the table behind him. And he's left Marco with a nice opening here to run these last 3 balls for game number 2 and tie it up in this race to 6. But look at what was done. One of 2 things: the nerves got to him, or he kind of took that shot for granted, thinking he had it made, and he missed it. Left a tester. And Revo has missed the 9 ball, but has left a bank shot. If he puts a little bit of pace on this ball, he may be able to get on this 10. Hits it nice, and he just doesn't try to play position. He could have gone around the table for position. That's a pretty high level shot. At this level, he just decided, I'm going to take the shot. So he'll be playing this. More than likely, if he misses the ball, it all depends on how he misses it. He could just split this pocket. It's just a spot shot, basically. And if you play in the Pro Billiard series, you better be able to make these spot shots, because they come up a lot playing 10 ball in the races to 4 spot shot tie breaks. And he makes it beautifully and shoots it perfect. If you had to have that shot for the last shot of your life, that's exactly how you should shoot it. Nice shot by the young man, Marko Malina from Slovakia, and he does take game number 4 to tie things up at 2. And there you see the teams. Guess it's a race to 6, playing 9 ball, 8 ball, and 10 ball. And they're tied at 2, so they get a point. Your referee from the EPBF, I believe, is Pentti Seppänen from Finland. I hope I got that one right. So these gentlemen are packing up, tied at 2. So not sure if they switched tables.